BuzzBooster.tv.
I'm Shahar.
And I'm Nash.
On today's show, we are going to tell you step by step how to negotiate in order to have a higher conversion.
That's right, negotiation skills.
Yes, there are 5 steps that you have to take during the negotiation process to make sure you close the sales. Yeah, but before that,
a word from our sponsors.
when you have a site online, you know, the one thing you want all the time is that the site is up and
Yes.
traffic is flowing. Because then you make sales and you create branding and a lot of things that are very important. If your website is not up all the time, it just doesn't make
that's
sense.
terrible.
It's terrible.
It's a business.
Yeah, but maybe it's not your fault. You don't know how to do that, but you have to rely on somebody that knows, and that's the case of Dyn.
Yep. DYN.com. That's Dyn. What do?
Well, they make sure that your website is up all the time with the traffic flowing,
Exactly.
which is very important. And they have a promotion if you're a listener of this podcast.
That's right. If you're a special listener, go to dyn.com/podcast30. dyn.com/podcast30, and that's just podcast 30. Don't spell 30 out. dyn.com/podcast30. Go there, they'll give you 30% off to try out their services, and hey, you're gonna have your website uptime. Like they say, uptime is the bottom line, and you'll avoid the costly mistake of having your websites down.
Yes, so
dyn.com/podcast30. Go try it out.
okay, this system is very, very good when you are negotiating face-to-face or over the phone.
Yep.
And even on-stage presentations.
Yes.
Okay? Well, first step.
First step, you know what? Let's get started.
Yes.
Find the broken windows.
Yes, this step is very, very important because it will help you decrease the anxiety of your prospects. You know, when they come to you, they are anxious about what's going to happen. You know, there's a lot going on in their brains, like they don't have all the answers, and this causes anxiety. So this will help you.
So,
explain the broken windows.
all right, so it all really happened with the cops back in New York. Essentially, they created pretty much a strategy where they would drive by a neighborhood and spot the homes that had broken windows. And they knew that when they found those homes that they had to pay a closer attention to those homes because the likelihood of something happening inside was higher than a regular home. Essentially, if they're not taking care of their outside appearance of their house, they're not going to take care of the things that are inside.
Exactly. And how does this translate to negotiation? Well, many times, on a first moment, your prospects cannot tell you exactly what's going on. They're not aware of their own problems. They don't know how to define their own problems. And that's when you come in place and start talking and asking them to talk most of all, right? Asking questions so you can see what's the subtext in what they are saying in order to figure out what are the windows that are really broken.
Yeah.
Extremely important step, right?
Yeah, extremely important because a lot of times they can't pinpoint exactly what their problems are and they'll assume that it's something when in reality it's something else. And so just listening to them talk, you're able to identify, okay, what is really the root of the problem here?
Yes, important that we mentioned twice, listen. It's the time that you allow them to speak, you don't speak. Okay, right after that, we say...
Right after that, join the Tango.
Yeah, what exactly is that?
Yeah, tell us, Shar.
Okay, I will. Well, what happens? There is always drama in their minds, okay? When they come through your door, they are thinking about the things that are not right in their lives or in their businesses, all that drama. It's up to you to create what in psychology is called rapport. So you create that connection. That's why we say join the tango, meaning that you join the conversation from their perspective, talking about the drama. Sometimes it is simple as, yes, I've had that in my life as well. So you create a point of connection. Or you can just say, okay, I understand how you feel. Is this way or this that way? So anything that would really create a connection with that prospect. So you're joining that drama for a little while in order for you to be able now to conduct the dance into where you want it to go. Which leads us...
Well, which leads us to the next thing, which is you have to incorporate mystique, mystery, and rituals.
Yes, tell us about that.
Tell us, Shar.
You're just ping-ponging.
Yes.
Okay, mystery and rituals, because every time that the brain doesn't have all the answers, it gets traction to you, it gets attracted to you. Okay, so we use the example, do you know the formula for Coke? That is one mystery, right? Or how many ingredients in the KFC chicken. Companies use this always to leave an unanswered question. The brain cannot cope with an unanswered question, so it gets hooked to you. So it's important in the process for you not to tell everything. You're not going to hide crucial information, but you're going not to share everything. And an easy way is once you join our program, you will see this kind of performance or that kind of tool. You're telling them what they need to know, but you're also not revealing everything.
Yeah, so there's a level of not secrecy per se, but of questions in their minds of what's going to happen. Am I going to be accepted? In the case of, like, we use this as an example a lot, if you use a questionnaire to see if they can apply to work with you, that type of thing, of course it varies according to the situation, but essentially leaving them with some questions in their minds that will prompt them to move forward, to basically to inquire more, to ask, to say, hey, how can we do this?
Yes, and the rituals, they are also extremely important. We don't have enough time to go through the rituals with you right now, but it's the choreography, the business choreography that you create not only during the negotiation per se, but even before when they were asking for an appointment. Everything has to be structured in such a way that creates the structure and they can perceive that. You can see that very successful companies like the multi-level companies use that quite a bit, as well as, of course, every single church. So that should be incorporated as well.
That's right. Well, so the next step after you incorporate mystery and rituals is extract the wow.
In every presentation that you do, you should have a moment when you wow them, when you show what your services or products can do that will really blow their minds.
Basically, the moment they see that, they'll go, wow.
Yeah, it's the same thing they do in infomercials.
Yeah,
right?
that's exactly based on what it came from. Essentially, with infomercials, no matter what it is, no matter how long it is, etc., there's always at least one shot that is meant to extract that wow from you. So you're watching it on TV, and you're gonna go, wow.
Yeah.
It could be, I don't know, the Mighty Putty pulling a semi-truck just with a little bit of the Mighty Putty, or it can be the person jumping on the bed with the glass of wine in the corner and the glass doesn't. Essentially, you watch it and you go, wow.
Yeah, and I know what you're thinking, but I'm in services, so how do I use that? Well, you also find that one solution that will blow their minds. In our case, for example, many times we are talking about how to have your own TV show on real traditional TV, right? Mm-hmm. Using the setup boxes. Well, that's one thing we use during a negotiation. We show them that it's not only possible, anybody can do it, but then we show all the other clients we have already that have their own shows. So it's not about us, it's doable for everybody.
It doesn't have to be super over the top, but it has to extract that wow from them the moment you talk about it or the moment you show it.
That's the one thing they didn't know before, right? That now you just blow their minds.
That's right. So after you blow their minds, there's one last thing that you must do, and that is tie the knot.
Yes, like in a marriage. You know, if you do everything right in the relationship, what happens? They will come to you and say, so how do we work together?
Yes.
Right? Or tell me how your services work or something like that. That's the ideal situation. And if you do this system right, it's going to happen. But there are times that even though you did everything right, they didn't ask for that. So it's up to you to propose.
That's right. I mean, it's just like being in a relationship for years and not getting married. Essentially, someone has to
take
ask the question.
Yes. Yeah, not only that, you have to understand that when you're asking for the sale, you're really asking for a partnership, just like in a marriage. It's a relationship that is supposed to last for a long time. And you have to be aware of that. It's not just about making some more money today, but it's starting a relationship, a partnership. Because then the whole situation after the sales will also be very pleasant.
That's right.
Okay, I think that's what we had, right?
We covered it.
Just review the 5 steps really fast.
All
Number
right.
1.
Find the broken windows.
Number 2.
Join the Tango.
Number 3.
Incorporate mystery and rituals.
And number 4.
Extract the wow.
And number 5.
Tie the knot.
And if you do that, you are going to close more sales or even wow everybody in your stage presentations.
That's right. So you know what? Go do it.
Yeah, see you next time.